Hey guys, I hope I can get through. I have 4 handouts. I'm sorry if I can't get through them all, but I'll do my best. So, anyways, here's our first handout that we had last week. So, we got this rectangular pyramid, and they want us to find the surface area. So, surface area is we're going to find the area of this base, so 8 times 8, and then plus the area of the lateral area of this prism. So we did that by doing perimeter, so 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8 times the height right there. And then we did the lateral area of this pyramid right here. So remember, they're triangles, so the triangle is 1/2 base times height. And then this one's over here is 1/2 this base times the height up here, and 1/2 base times height. And so all of them are 1/2 base times height, which is 1/2 the perimeter times the height. Okay, so there's our groovy formulas, and so we put that together, and we're going to get 384. And remember, always square unit, so here meters squared. Okay, so here we have a right cone, has a radius 8, height 15. Find the slant height. The slant height is the hypotenuse right here. So 8 squared plus 15 squared equals L squared, and that's a 8, 15, 17 right triangle. So anyway, so if you have trouble doing that, then just crank out the math. Okay, so here we have a 5, 12, 13 right triangle. What kind of solid is formed if you rotate that triangle around the side that has length 12? Okay, so here's our triangle, and we're just going to rotate that around. It's going to give us a cone right there. Okay, easy enough. See that? Alright, so the state of Vermont has a population of 626,000, so its territory can be found by modeling with this trapezoid. So find the approximate population density. Okay, so population density is how many people divided by the area. So we're going to have to use the area formula for a trapezoid. So 1/2 base 1 plus base 2 times the height. And it looks like they're going by 20. So 20, 40, 20, 40, 60, 80. And this is 160 right there, the height. So if you plug that in, you're going to get that. And then so when we find the population density, we get about 65 people per square mile. Okay. All right, so here let's graph this guy. Okay, so this is a polynomial that has 1, 2, 3, 4 x's in here. So it's either going to be a touchdown. So if you're my kids, I'll have my hands up in the air and do touchdown, and so it goes like that. But since it's negative, it's going to be a negative touchdown. So it's going to start up here and go somewhere down here. Okay, and since there's 4 x's, it's going to have 3 humps. Okay, and then let's go ahead and do the intercept. So I see an intercept at 4, 1, -1, and -2. So there they are right there. Okay, remember it's going to start down here. And in general, the closer the intercepts, the smaller it's going to come up and come back down. And the farther the intercept is going to come back down a little bit further. And this is a little bit farther, so it's going to come back up a little bit further. Okay, and it's going to go something like this. Okay, don't forget the sound effects. Anyway, something like that. Okay, and I don't know if that's correct. It's pretty close anyways. Okay. All right, so this x squared says it's a double root, which just means that the graph is going to be tangent at x equals 0. Okay, and so we have another x-intercept at x equals 4. All right, so there they are, 0 and 4. So there's 3 x's, so it's going to start down here and go up here, just like the slope of a line. It's going to go like that right there. Okay, and it's going to be tangent right there. So it's going to go up and be tangent and come back down, something like that. Okay, yeah, isn't that a beauty? All right, so write a possible function that has these graphs shown. Okay, so it's good if you have the intercept. So here's x minus 3, here's x minus, x minus a minus 3, x minus a minus 1, x plus 1, and 1, 2 humps. So there it's going to be a cubic function. So there it is right there. Okay, so here's x minus a minus 3. Here's x minus 0, x minus 2, x minus 4. Okay, and then if we clean that up, let's float this x minus 0 out in front. So something like that. Okay. All right. All right. So subtract. Okay. Let's put the negative through on this guy right here. Okay, so if we do that, we get that, and then I like to line these up vertically, so x squared and 3x squared and 7x and 5x and negative 2 and negative 11. If you line them up vertically, they you can see the like terms a little bit easier. So here's 4x squared, 12x minus 13. Okay, easy. All right, and then these guys say add. So just put them vertically like that, and then line them up, and there you go. Okay, so let's multiply. Let's put this x through, x squared through, so x squared times that, times that, times that. Okay, so I did that right there, maybe right there. There we go. And then noticed I left a space right there because there's a x to the fourth. You'll see that appear soon. So right here, so negative 2x times negative 3x squared is going to be a positive 6x to the fourth. I should have put a plus sign right there, but I didn't. Anyways, and then lastly, put the 1 through, and then when you do that, then you just add them together, and there you go. Okay, here we have to multiply, so write it twice. So when you write it twice, then we FOIL it out. So there's first times first, outer times outer, inner times inner, last times last. Okay, and then clean it up and combine like terms, and there you go. Okay, so we have this rectangle over here, and we're going to find its perimeter. So perimeters add them up all the way around. So if this is 1/2 x, and so is this up here, and 2x 2/3 x plus 4. So is this 2/3 x plus 4. So the perimeter is going to be twice the top and bottom plus twice the left and right there. Okay. So you can see I did this on my board with my students. Okay, so when I do that, combine like terms, and then there you go. Okay, area is length times width or base times height, depending on your teacher. So distribute that through and get that. Okay, sorry for my messy writing. I'm just trying to get this up for my kiddos. Okay, expand. We got to do Pascal's triangle. There it is right there. So row 0, row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4, row 5. Okay, so 3. So the 3x to the 5th goes right there. So you see my writing right there. Okay, and then notice how this decreases exponent and this one increases, and they always add to that 5 right there. So decrease and exponent increase. Okay, and we're just using the numbers in Pascal's triangle. So this 2 came from this 1 plus 1. This 3 came from this 1 plus 2, and this 3 came from this 2 plus 3. Okay, this 4 came from 1 plus 3, and 3 plus 3 gave me this 6. Okay, so every number in Pascal's triangle we get from the sum of the numbers above that right there. Okay, all right, so now we got to do the exponent. So 3 to the 5th is 243, 3 to the 4th is 81, 3 to the 3rd is 27, and this is going to be 16. This is going to be 9 times 64, 4 to the 3rd, 3, and then 4 to the 4th is 256, and then 4 to the 5th is 1024. So there we go right there. And then now we got to multiply everything. So 5 times 81 times 4, and then here's 10 times 27 times 16, and then so on. Okay, so here's our final answer right there. Isn't that a beauty? All right, so here, let's go ahead and factor these guys. Okay, so here we can pull a 2x out. When we pull 2x out, we're left with a difference of squares. So x squared minus 25, which is x squared minus 5 squared, which becomes x plus 5x minus 5. Okay, so here we can pull a a 2x out, and then here we're left with a sum of cubes. Okay, sum of cubes. This is 3x cubed plus 4 cubed. Okay, that's what 64 is. So now we got to SOAP it. So same side, opposite sign, always positive. Okay, so that's what that is right there. And the things that are being cubed goes inside of here. Okay, and then we square. So 3x squared is 9x to the fourth. 4 squared is 16, and then multiply those gives us 12x in the middle. Okay, all right, let's pull an x out here, and we pull an x out, we're left with x squared plus 10x plus 16, and then 16 is 2 times 8, and that's what gives us that. Okay, here we can pull a 2x out. When we pull a 2x out, I'm sorry, did I say 2x? Sorry, x squared out. So pull 2 x's out. That's what I meant to say. And then you can do smiley face factoring, my students, or you can do guessing and checking. It's pretty easy. 2x times x gives me 2x squared, and then 5 times 1 gives me 5. So you just got to float that 5 and 1 into the appropriate spots. All right. So here we got to do some long division. So we got to add some zeros in there. All right. So x squared times 6x squared gives me 6x to the fourth, and then I multiply 6x squared times that times that times that. I get that, and then I subtract. Okay, so when I subtract, I get that, and then we'll slide that down and then do it again. Okay, so x squared times x gets me x to the third, and then we subtract again. Okay, so when we get that, we slide that down, then one more time. So x squared times a negative 8 we'll put up there will get us a negative 8x squared. If my computer will let me do that, there we go. Let me go back here. Okay, and then so we get that, and we multiply negative 8 times this whole stuff, and we get that, and we subtract. So we start at the top and we go clockwise. So our answer is this plus this divided by our dividend, or divisor right there. Okay, so there we go. Okay, all right, one more. And so here we can do synthetic division. So because that's a linear term, so our box number is -2. So here we go, we do that. And then we slide that down times the box number. Do you remember doing that right there? So slide that down, -2 times 1 is -2, and then we add. We get 0. And then -2 times 0 is 0, and then we add. And then -2 times -1 is +2. And then we add, and we get 0. So our answer is 1x squared plus 0x minus 1, or just x squared minus 1 right there. Okay. All right, you guys, I hope that helps.